show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel for this pre-match show. It's Blue Star. How are we doing, Blue Star?
Hi, Oxshare. Hi, Fox, and everybody else out there. All the Bears and the Bluebells.
Yeah, I've got the team, mate. It's predicted, I think, if Tavernier and Defoe were going to be fit. There's one change. The team is McGregor, Tavernier, Katic, Golston, Flanagan, Davis, Jack, Kamara, Arfield, Kent and Defoe. So the same team as the last 2 weeks. Kent replacing Candace, the substitutes. Foderingham, Worrell, Wallace, Halliday, McCrory, Candace and Middleton. No Gresder or Barisic or Lafferty on the bench, mate.
Yeah. Well, I was reading the press today, Ox, and he was quite scathing on Barisic and Gresder, wasn't he? I mean, when he actually names them, then I think you can safely say they're on their way out, if obviously there's somebody to buy them there.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm quite surprised about, Ox. I didn't actually think he would have named them as such, but he named those two, so it certainly doesn't look very good for them.
No, well, we'll see, mate. Players come and go every summer, every window, you know.
Yep.
The manager's got a job today, and he'll do it, but we're interested in who's playing there. Candace, who's been involved in a few of our goals, I don't think his play's been great the last couple of weeks, but he's been involved in a lot of the goals, but replaced by Kent, so are you up in the quality there?
Well, let's be truthful. If Kent's on his game, yeah, because he certainly goes at the opposing team. I'm a bit like yourself. I think Candace has done okay, mate. Certainly when he crosses in balls, now and again, the odd one goes astray, but if he gets his accuracy right, let's be honest, both him and Tav are really good at picking the players out, so he maybe can feel a wee bit hard done by, especially with playing in the last 2 or 3 games, you know. But he's always there. He's always there to bring on.
We'll see, and then we'll get the consistency of selection through the rest of the team. I think it's good that Katic is getting another run out. Definitely.
The big guy's done well, and as I say, the one thing you've got to give him credit for, he's certainly, I reckon he's our best defender in the air by far.
I agree with that. So people want to join us, the number's 01413561972, or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. You'll be brought into the call by the one and only Old School Blue. I agree with you about Katic being my best defender in the air. He's maybe arguably our bravest defender as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad in a way, because I genuinely think the first dozen games, both him and Goldson, they didn't really put a foot wrong. Certainly they made a couple of mistakes, you know, but to be fair, they were new into the club. But the first dozen, 10, 12 games, I was really quite impressed with the both of them. So I am glad he's back in. I think the big guy can really do his job, and hopefully he can tie the place down for his own.
And then we moved to Flanagan at left back. He's played okay the last few weeks, mate.
He certainly has. In fact, being honest, I thought that last game there, I thought he was terrific. I really did. I thought he was very, very strong in defence, which I hadn't really noticed before, Ox, to be honest. I'd noticed him more kind of going forward, but he can put his cell about when he wants to. He's done the last game there. I thought he had a terrific game.
So this might be a bit of a sort of different style that we've played against Aberdeen, where we're trying to get a ball into Morelos and he's tangling with the two centre-halves, this time of intelligent movement. If we get it right, their two big centre-halves could struggle.
Absolutely. Defoe's certainly come on to his game, hasn't he? And he's making lovely wee runs, and he's very intelligent. See some of the balls that he was putting through for the likes of Arfield, and hopefully he can do that with Kent as well. he's a step ahead. If you watch him, where he puts the ball, he's trying to split defenders. He always tries to put the ball into space. So that's a great thing to have for the likes of Kent, because obviously he likes to run. So
all right, we've been joined by Pool Ranger. Afternoon, Pool.
Afternoon.
Hi guys, how you doing? All right.
All right, mate. How are you?
Aye, no bad. Quite happy today. Old fella's making it to the game today, so quite happy with that. You know, he's not been for a few weeks now, so he's been on a supporters bus. I just spoke to Mercer. He's away with the troops today just to try and get his last game of the season in. So hopefully we can good performance for him today.
Have you seen the team, mate?
Aye, I just saw it. I think I was listening to the show there on Friday night there. I think it's the kind of team that everybody predicted on it. Candice out and Kent in.
Yeah.
I think that was the favourite. Obviously, the manager had mentioned that Tav and Defoe were doubts, but
I think that was maybe just a wee bit of cheekiness to see if they were going to bite Ox. I don't think it was ever in doubt.
You know, maybe Defoe, but no Tav. He seems to play every week, doesn't he?
Aye. When was actually the last time he was out injured? I can't even remember the last time he's been out injured.
I don't think he's ever been injured for us.
No, he's consistent. That's one thing about Tav. You love him or hate him, you've got to be honest. Since he must
have put in some amount of performances in the last 2-3 seasons.
Oh, no doubt.
He's no missed much.
No.
I'll have a quick look, mate.
He must have played some amount of games, Ox, because as Pool Ranger says there, I can't remember the last time he was it.
I'll just have a quick look and see.
I think that's why he kind of brought in Flanagan as a wee bit cover for right back for Tav, and that's why Flanagan's always been on the left, because Tav's never out.
Yeah, that's right. He's consistent enough that way. He just doesn't miss games, does he?
No. And I don't think he's not been red carded or anything either. I can't honestly remember the last time he never played.
No, definitely not. He just seems to always be there.
He's played 194 games, scored 40 goals.
Right.
He's been at the club 3 years this summer.
That's nearly 60 games a season, man.
Aye, that's
55 games a season or something.
Sorry, 4 years this summer.
So that's 50 games a season then, Ox, that is, isn't it? 40, aye.
League games, 36 his first season, 35, 37 and so far 33 this year.
That's good going.
That's nearly 4 seasons, isn't it?
And then in games he played 50 his first season, 43 his second, 45 his third, and 53 so far this season with another 3 substitutes appearances.
Well, Ogs, you take it. Some of our greats haven't played 190 games for our club, and we're talking about really what we classify as great players here. So that's
Gascoigne and Laudrup got to these stats, mate.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's a lot. I mean, granted, a few of them were lower divisions, but even at that, it shows you that, to be fair to the guy, he's been very consistent.
It might even have been harder playing in the lower games and all. You think of the pitches, the state of the conditions and the pitches, and managing that all through these stadiums and that and all, it's some going.
Yeah, and remember, he'd never played in Scotland before. He'd only ever played in England, you know. So, you've got to give the guy credit. That's a lot of games.
Nearly 200 in 4 seasons. An average of 50 is unbelievable, really, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And if we're being honest, I mean, I know a lot of the guys, if they were criticising, it was because they didn't want him as captain. But to be fair to the guy, he's even when he's having what we classify as not a great game, you can never really say that he's having a bad game. You would always begin him at the very least, maybe 6, 7, you know. So, very consistent.
He's partial to a few mistakes or daft challenges or pulling at the jersey. But as you say, he's never has an absolute stinker.
No.
I think one bad game was I can't remember if it was last season at Tynecastle, 2 couple of seasons at Tynecastle. Mind the Wednesday night we get beat 4-0 or 4-1, and it was really bad that night. But apart from that, he never really has a major stinking game.
Well, there was a classic one, that last Old Firm game when he gave the ball away for the winning goal. But to be fair to the guy, a lot of other players, their heats would just have went down. straight after
Aye.
that goal, many times did Daft put that ball across? I mean, you
Aye.
know, so to be fair to the guy, he's been very, very consistent. He really has. Gosh, I'm quite shocked at that amount of games, Ox, to be
I
honest.
don't know. Sometimes stats can be frightening, can't they?
Oh, definitely, aye.
You know. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Kamara, Defoe, Arfield, Jack got on the day. I don't think
Absolutely.
Shinnie. I've heard that Shinnie's out for the season for them. So
That's a big loss for them because he's right in the heart of their
can I
engine
just
all the
cut
time.
across you? We've been joined
Sure.
by another caller, evening caller, or afternoon caller.
Good afternoon, Knockshire. It's Dutchy here.
How are we doing, Dutchy?
Hey,
My
Dutch.
good personal friend.
I'm doing very well. I was sitting outside in the sunshine here in the Highlands of Scotland, and I was seeing that Old School Blues looking for people to phone in. I thought, well, I might as well, although I cannot always.
Have you seen the team,
contribute
Dutchy?
Sorry.
Have you seen the team?
Yeah, I did see it on the on our site, and yeah, it's quite interesting that again we seem to have the winning team put together for the last few games, and Morelos isn't in it, so it'll be very interesting to see what's going to happen this afternoon. I do apologise if I'm repeating something that you've already spoken about. I've only just joined in a minute ago.
No, don't worry about it. That's a great point you made there, Dutchy. Pool Ranger, if we can win winning with a good performance today, we'll get a conundrum with Morelos.
Yeah, and I don't know if you read what I wrote earlier on. I'm sorry that I can't join the usual guys who are going to be there at Ibrox today. I'm full of envy because I would have loved to have gone, but the distance and the travel distance, 3.5 hours for us. Otherwise I would have loved to have gone to it. But also, surely it would be nice to close and finish the season for us to beat Aberdeen once and for all, because the past 3 games, I think it is, that we lost it. The very first one of the season we lost, and well, we all know the story. What's been happening against Aberdeen, and we all know that they try extra hard against us, and not anybody else.
I think the manager got that right, Pooler.
Yeah,
aye.
I have a. Sorry, Blue, I didn't hear you.
I'm a bit inclined, Ox. See what Fox has been kind of banging the drum about if Morelos does come back, playing him, you know, just on the left-hand side, with Kent on the right, we still do Defoe up front. I would give that a bash for the rest of the season.
Remember, Fox is on heavy meds. You know that, didn't you?
But I think I like it. It sounds good. The only thing is, then you're taking Arfield out, where Arfield's been. I think Arfield's been brilliant the last 3-4 games playing in that position.
It looks like every time we actually do go forward, it looks as if he can score.
Aye.
You know, so real interesting to see how the team performs today. I'm looking forward to seeing Kent Blue Star.
Yeah, I mean, how many games that he missed? 2. Am I right in saying that? That's 2, innit? So he's going to be full of energy, surely. And he's playing at Ibrox, so you want to really see him on his game and running at them. There's nothing better than seeing him in full flight. And if he releases the balls to where Defoe and that would be running, and Arfield, tremendous. The only thing I would say about the team, Ox, I'm looking at it again here with the subs. The only other forward we have is Middleton. I'm only hoping nothing happens to any of our forward line. We've not got a lot of cover there. We Lafferty on the bench, you know.
I think you'll probably talk about this Ox during the week, but I think Big Lafferty's time's up and all now. I think that's him, Grez, and Barisic, they've gone there.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Looks that way, mate, but I'm sure we'll discuss it as the week develops, mate.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to it. And we owe them one Dutch, yeah, Aberdeen. We owe them a doing it.
Absolutely. There's a lot of Aberdeen supporters in this area, although I was always surprised to learn when I worked offshore many years ago, there's many Aberdonians who actually support Rangers. But I have a very good friend who passes the house quite often, and he is, Aberdeen has done very well again, ha ha ha. And it's about time that we set the same back to them and show them what we're capable of. And because Aberdeen plays that much better against us, we should make an extra effort to play harder against them. It can work both ways, especially when you're playing at home and you've got the crowd behind you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, with the disappointment performances of came at Ibrox, no at Pittodrie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
right.
Hampden. Obviously, they beat us twice at Ibrox this season, once in the league, once in the replay, and then they'll also beat us at Hampden. So
yeah, you're
actually
right there, Ox. Yeah, and the Dutch is right as well. It's all right us saying, and we know it's true that they do raise their game and they gun about us. But at the same time, there's another way of looking at that. You can say to yourself, well, that's up to our players. They've played them enough times this season already to know that they're in for a game. So we want to see our team imposing themselves. And nothing less than 3 points today. Nothing less.
Absolutely.
Oh, who's on the bench? Sorry, I missed that. Who was on the bench? Who's on the bench?
Foderingham, Worrell, Halliday, McCrory, Wallace, Middleton and Candace.
Right, so quite a defensive bench. And you're saying that you get Candace and Middleton, I suppose, to come on if there's anything.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get an early goal today because you know what, this lot's going to come down and they're going to pull at jerseys, they're going to kick legs and arms, anything to stop the game, anything to stop football, they're going to do it today.
Yeah. Yeah, we want a performance for our side today, let's be honest, guys. And it's true what we're all saying, we owe them one. We owe them a right doing the day.
I think you're honest. You're spot on there, Paul. I think we know exactly how they're going to play.
Oh, they're going to do everything in the book. They're going to go down, they're going to roll about, they're going to pull at jerseys. Anything to stop a football match, they're going to do. They've done it. They do it all the time. But we need to be wise to that. If we can come out at 100 mile an hour, just go for them. Go for the juggler. Get the balls down the wings, take them on, get the balls in the box, make the chances for Defoe. I'm sure if we can get an early goal, we'd end up going on and bloating them today. Yeah,
but a lot is to do with the ref as well. I don't know who the ref is going to be today. I don't know whether that's public yet, but the last few times we've been playing Aberdeen, the ref has been helping them as well, particularly the last one. So a lot is to do with that, and luck as well. There's always a bit of luck involved as well.
I mean, we weren't very good against them in the league, but the cup tie, it was two bad mistakes. We gave away two bad goals, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, and the game at Hampden was just. I think the team was unraveling. Then it was new team, new management team, and they had to find their feet. And that was a game it never happened for us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it just happened to be a semi-final, Blue Star.
Yeah, you're bang on there, mate. Yeah, I think it, as you say, they were finding their feet, and I think it just came a bit early for us.
But then you go back to that and all, and that's when we've Alfred again.
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
Banned for that again, and it left us in a bit of a predicament and all in it. So
yeah.
when we go through all the, would you bring them back? Would you bring them back?
I'll tell you another thing, but
there's big points in the season where he's not been there for us.
I'll tell you another thing, but doesn't matter if Alfredo's disciplinary record or no. He should have never played in the quarter-final against Ayr United.
No
chance. Not a chance. And I think Stevie G actually came out, and I don't know if he admitted it or afterwards, but I think he suggested that he should not have played him. You know what I mean? I think we all know Ayr United, we're going to beat Ayr United. Why play him? You know what I mean?
The other point for me, Ox, here, see where Davis has been playing. See if you notice the last two games. See the first two halves. Both times he was basically sitting in our half, the whole of the first halves, just in front of our centre halves. And at first I was like that. No, I want to see him pushing forward because we know he can run with the ball. But to be fair to the wee guy, he cleaned up everything, and he made. I think he made a big difference to our two centre halves, to be honest, because he was clearing a lot of balls away. Plus his distribution was really good. He wasn't letting a lot of balls go. He was finding his own players, and that was pushing one midfield just the same, you know. So I think you're spot on there with Davis. It gives the two centre halves that extra bit of breathing space, doesn't it? And it lets Tav and whoever else is on the left to push up. They know that they can go and push up because Davis is going to sit there and cover with the centre halves. Definitely.
It's the last three games. It's worked. You know what I mean?
It certainly has.
Can I make an entirely different point, if you don't mind me, guys?
Yeah, on you go, Dutchie.
Since I was on about referees, there was an interesting thing happening yesterday because my old country, the Netherlands, was celebrating the King's birthday yesterday. King William or King Willem, celebrated his 52nd birthday yesterday, and the whole country was in orange. Poor Celtic supporters who are there on holiday at the moment, but never mind. The reason why I'm mentioning
Don't
this
feel
is
sorry for him, mate.
I know.
I know. The reason why I'm mentioning this is that they have the same system as we have. That when it's our Queen's birthday, there are Queen birthday honours. They've got MBEs and BEMs and so forth, and knighthoods. Well, yesterday, the very controversial decision was made to give the equivalence of an MBE, which is Officer in the on the Order of Orange Nassau, to a Dutch referee of the Dutch KNVB, which is the Dutch equivalence of our football association. And this guy called Kuipers, you may have seen and heard of him during. I think he was refereeing during one of our games in Europe. I can't remember which one it was, but the Dutch referee Kuipers was very controversial. A lot of people criticised him, was given the equivalence of our MBE yesterday. So it just shows you criticising referees doesn't happen just in Scotland, but it's the same in Holland, and he was rewarded for all this with an MBE. So there you go.
I'm sure Willie Collum will get a knighthood after Nicola for his performance yesterday. We'll be joined by Cairo. Afternoon, Cairo.
Good afternoon, guys. How you
How
doing?
you doing, mate?
Hi,
What's
Cairo.
your thoughts on the team, mate?
I just called in there. I heard somebody saying, I just put in the lobby there about Wee Davis playing just in front of the defenders or just behind their midfield. Somebody brought it up. I think it's. I think he had a great couple of games, the last couple of games there when he was playing that way, and he did orchestrate for the back.
He prodded and pushed us, Cairo. Prodded and pushed us, yeah.
He did, and
Can I cut across
really
you, mate? We've got a caller on the phone, then I'll come right back to you.
Okay.
Pop the caller strap to it, Cairo. Carry on, mate.
Aye, and I think what that did as well is I think you see Kamara coming into the game a wee bit. It was kind of a subdued the last couple of games, and everybody. I was thinking to myself, it's not going to be the same as the
Koulibaly.
Koulibaly thing where he's come in with a flourish and then he falls out it. But the last couple of games with Wee Davis sitting back, it seems to have allowed him the freedom to move a wee bit as well, and also Arfield getting right into the box again. So I think Davis playing back there and orchestrating, pulling the strings, and as the fellow was, I can't remember who it was on the floor.
It was Marcel Cairo, Blue Star.
Aye, Blue Star. I mean, you're absolutely right. He was sweeping up everything, and I thought he had a tremendous couple of games. And
Cut across you again, Cairo. This caller's come back and there's a bit of noise.
Okay, buddy.
How we doing, caller? How we doing, caller? Oh, must be shy.
We've had that one before.
Aye, must be shy. Oh, he's dropped it. On you go, Cairo. Aye.
So to me, it kind of it gave a wee release, I think, to particularly Arfield, but Kamara, I know, came back. He looked like the player he was, 3 or 4 months ago. He was stretching their legs and moving. He looked very, very mobile compared with where he's been in the, maybe a month ago, the last couple of weeks up to the last couple of games there. So I think it's a good move putting Wee Davis here. But the real revelation has been Arfield getting into the box again. He's been in the box tour every time we're attacking. He's getting himself into the box, and I think that's because he's sitting. He's able to sit that wee bit further forward, knowing that Davis is at the back there pulling the strings.
I mean, Arfield looks scoring every time we got the partner enough, isn't he?
He is, but I think he's getting in the positions to do it. Ox, that's the difference. You've got to get into the positions to look as if you're going to be scoring, and I think that's where he has. That's where we were criticising him. We know what's happened to him, but I think he was getting sucked back a wee bit too much. He wasn't even allowed to do the runs into the box. Davis now being back there, it's sort of it's stabilised us a wee bit there, I think, and Arfield can go up. And I think the movement of Cameron and even Jack, you're seeing Jack getting up that.
Scored a good goal last week.
He's getting up the flanks a wee bit as well, so he's not getting restricted to getting held back to make sure the defence is okay as well. So I think just that wee sign there, with Davis getting in there, it just seems to have stabilised the whole of the midfield, gave it a wee bit balance, and with Arfield, I think it's let Arfield just go forward, and that's where we're seeing the benefit. As you say, he looks like scoring all the time because he's making the moves, he's getting the runs, and the boys are coming across to him. So that's the difference for me, I think.
Buster?
I completely agree with Cairo. I think that's a great point, Cairo. Playing Davis there, as I say, when I seen it at first, I'm saying to myself, oh no, I want to see him driving for midfield. But I think you hit the nail on the head there. The more you watched it, as I say, the two halves for me, he was very subdued, but it allowed our midfield to express themselves far better. And in the last game there, I thought the wee guy was terrific. And as you say, Kamara, Jack, and Arfield's getting forward into the positions. And Kamara and Jack, it's as if they feel as though they've got a wee bit more freedom because they've got cover behind them. And as I say, it's also working well for our two centre halves because Davis is mopping up a good few balls in front of them. So it's all been good. Where it's a great position where he's been putting them.
Pure Ranger?
Aye, same as the guys, 100%. And Kamara, I actually thought when Kamara was coming in, I thought Kamara was a kind of a sitting kind of holding player. But see, the last few weeks, the boy's constantly got his head up. He's got his head up he's looking to make stuff all the time. I thought he was quite a kind of central holding type of player when he first came. But with this formation, the way we're playing, he looks more attacking than I actually thought he was going to be.
He does, doesn't he? And he looks very accomplished. As you say, that's the thing you notice about him. His head's never down. His head's always up, looking for where he can put thread day balls through. And
I've seen a couple of times he's had the ball in the middle of the park and he's lost it. But see, as soon as he loses it, he's straight back up and he wins it again.
Aye, definitely. Aye, he's a very, very accomplished player.
I reckon he'll make us a good few bob in the future. Considering for 50 grand for Dundee, and before he left Dundee, he wasn't even getting a game with Dundee.
No,
the few games before, I don't know if it was because he'd signed for us or no, but he wasn't even playing with Dundee.
Yeah, he looks very accomplished. Ox, do you agree? Yeah.
Bargain. Absolutely. I mean, obviously he was a free, and we paid the extra money to get him, and it was a good spot wherever who spotted him. What's your thoughts, Dutchie?
Well, I was just thinking along there. I'm hearing the other guys. I just wonder how hungry the guys are going to be today playing. We only got 3 games left, is it? Are we guaranteed second place, or is the second place still to play for? I meant to say.
I'll just check that.
Yeah, and
I think they'll be as hungry as ever after that under-23 performance. They've seen Gerrard's comments about the boys, the fringe players that came in, and the flip-flops in the sand and all the comments. These guys will be up for this game because they know that they've not got a choice under Stevie.
Yeah, if I was a Rangers player today, I would like to make a point and do my utmost. Well, I should be doing my utmost anyway, but I would like to do my utmost in order to beat Aberdeen once and for all for the season, because it's been absolutely scandalous how we've been treated by Aberdeen, by the refs, and also that we haven't been able to make a point and to beat them once and for all. I mean, today should be the day that we beat them well and truly and send them back up that road to Aberdeen again, to the northeast corner, as our friend from Rangers TV always says, and with a head hanging between their legs, and that's it.
You're here.
Just change the subject, Cairo. Who are you betting for the snooker?
Oh, no clue. I don't look at it. I'm just a technocrat at snooker. I don't care who wins it. When I'm playing, it's total focus.
There's a man.
Me and my brother will finish that game 1 year.
There's a man whose picture was just put in the lobby. Who talking about birthday honours? He deserved to be knighted. Walter Smith, as well as John Gregg, of course. But these are two people, to my mind, that deserve an honour.
Yeah.
He's looking well, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks good there.
Yeah. I wonder if he's wearing brown shoes.
Candias unlucky though a game? Is everybody happy with that? I mean, I've been critical of Candias, but he's been involved in a lot of our goals the last few weeks.
Well, that was my point to you, Ox. I mean, can you honestly say he deserves to get dropped over the last 3 games? I don't think you can.
But
at the same time, I can see why he's putting Kent in. We all can, because he's running, you know. But when Candias delivers his crosses, let's be honest, he's one of the best at crossing when he's on his game, that is.
It could also be, boys, that he's trying to persuade Kent to stay for next season, and by leaving him on the bench, a big decision's going to come for Kent. If he wants to stay with us, you keep him playing, keep him happy. Is that one of the reasons I know, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Right, good thinking, mate.
Candias is...
because if Liverpool don't want to sell him, they're happy for a loan. It comes down to the player. If he wants to stay with us for another season on loan, you're not going to put him on the bench for the last 3 or 4 games and make an unhappy player that's not getting a game when you're trying to persuade him to come for another season, you know?
Can you come, Cairo?
Yeah, Candias. I feel a wee bit kind of a... Sorry for him. The work rate he does, you can't fault him. Some of his performances have been poor and his decision-making with his crossing has been poor. But when he is in the song and he's getting behind players and putting the ball across, it does well. But he's tracking back is so good that it allows...
phenomenal. He's tracking back phenomenal, isn't it? Yeah.
And it frees up Tavernier as well. So you've got to balance that up against, you know, what Kent's going to give you. And if Kent's on song, we're always screaming out for wingers to take players on, and he does that. My only problem with Kent is he runs into dead ends too often, and that's about decision making about when to release the ball. You know, beat 2 or 3 men and then get rid of it. Don't just keep going or keep running into dead ends. Absolutely, and I understand that and I appreciate that experience, but he's not a youngster anymore. He's coming into that age where he's got to try and impress the other side. Rangers or go to another team. What are Liverpool going to do with him? So that decision making should be there by now. You know, he should be getting. You know, that's coming through in training and all that kind of thing. Yeah, beat a man, take me on. That's what I scream out for. You hear me on this panel regularly when I'm talking about it. I want players to take somebody on and beat them, because that gives you the extra man and it pulls other players out of position. Just constantly passing the ball just doesn't work. So I always scream for it. I just feel that when he beats a man and beats another man, that's when you start to release it, you know, and then get it back again. He doesn't seem to be able to do that all the time, and he runs into dead ends. But I mean, apart from that, when he's on song, he's I wouldn't say he's unplayable, but he's difficult to get the ball off of. And that's probably the difference between him and Candias, I think.
Different types of player, aren't they? One's a dribbler and one's a runner.
Yeah,
they are. But the thing is, they have the same effect. They're pulling players out of position to make space for other players. And that's why I think, you know, Candias does that wee extra bit for you, because he chases back when he does lose the ball and gets the ball for you in midfield, and protects Tav a lot more. That's the only difference. And if Candias isn't playing today, Tav's got to go on song, because for me, Tav is poor at defending at times, and we've lost a heck of a lot of goals with Tav being out of position. So that's for me, that's the balance. So if I was Stevie Gerrard, that's the way and up I'd be doing. What am I getting more benefit out of Kent being on? Are we going to be in the front foot, so I don't need to worry as much about Tav being under pressure, get him defending a bit, and Kent gives us the options. Or if it isn't working, Paul Kent, bring Candias on and we go back to normal. I mean, maybe that's what he's thinking is.
Yeah. I think I said, Docs, a few weeks back in the show, I'm not too sure if Candias will be there next season.
I don't think he will.
I don't know. I just don't think he'll be there next season. That's all.
He's got a year left in his contract.
So it's got to be somebody's got to come in for him, really, innit? And
it'll be in his court, won't it? It depends on the deal, you know.
Let's put it this way: if he's not going to be there,
games and he has good games.
If he's not going to be there, let's be honest, guys. For his work rate alone, it's going to need to be a right Gudgeon that comes in his place. Because the one thing you can't fault him for, even if he doesn't do the work going forward, he's defending on that same side with Tav. I mean, they have got a great understanding. When Tav goes forward, Candias is always there covering him, and there's no a lot of forwards do that. I mean, you don't see Kent running back the way you see Candace doing it. Obviously, because Kent's maybe a runner and he likes to get forward more. We know that. But to be fair to the wee guy, he has got an awful lot of work rate. He has.
Hello.
Oh, we've been joined by the caller. How are we doing, caller? Oh, he's dropped you out. Oh, caller.
Hello.
Sorry,
turn
boys,
your
I'm
telly
sorry
off and the show off, mate. How are we doing? Oh, he's away.
Aye, sorry, boys, I get cut off there. But just, Candace, he doesn't seem to get down the wing and take boys on. That's what gets in. I like the wingers that will, you know what I mean, go by players, get the ball whipped in. You never see him take the man on.
I seen you in that club. You were a lovely dribbler.
Aye, well, that was after 12 pints up.
Different players. How's the game going today, Cairo?
I think we'll win. I think we'll win by 2 clear goals. I don't know whether it'll be 3-1 or 2-0. I think if we're on the front foot and we're all up for it, then we can put them under real pressure and we can really see how they go. If we let them get us, I know they're going to boot us up and down the place. If that turns a couple of players off a wee bit, then I think it'll be a turgid sort of a fight. And I don't hope we don't get into that. I hope the referee protects us. We start getting some movement. And we do see wee Davis starting to take control in our field and that moving, and we'll get a wee bit fluidity about us. That's what we're really needing. And if Kent geezes that, then spot on. That's the difference. So, yeah, I think it'll be 2 clear goals for us.
All right,
Is Greg Stewart starting for them, Ox? Because he's just agreed that deal this morning, isn't he? Is he starting for them?
Surprise, he's got a hamstring injury. It's been bothering him for a while.
There you go. Aye. There you go. Aye.
He needs to be fit for his real club, doesn't he? Dutchy, how's the game going for you?
Hasty never played for Motherwell yesterday either. And he just thinks was an all there.
Dutchy, how's the game going?
Yes, I wouldn't like to do a Bridgeman and say 1-0, although, as Blue Star said earlier on, nothing less than 3 points. And that's what I'm aiming for as well. But it would be nice to see that we do once and for all a convincing win against Aberdeen, because I think the supporters deserve that. I think that is what they are expecting. I mean, seeing that picture of Walter Smith with the fans there right now, they're all looking happy, and I'm hoping that the soul will look happy when the game is finished as well. But I'm hoping for at least 2-0.
Blue Star?
Yeah, I would go along with that. I think if we can get an early goal, Ox, honestly, I think the day we can see us really giving them a good going over. It's one of the ones. If they can hold out, the longer the game goes on, you know. No, I think we'll win it. I think we'll win it with a good 2 clear goals.
All right, Pool.
The same as Blue Star. I think we'll give them a bit of a down today, but we need an early goals. Like I said this earlier on the show, they're going to do everything. They're going to pull at jerseys, they're going to waste time, they're going to kick at everything, they're going to lump high balls up. If we can get an early goal, it puts them on the back foot. They've got to come out. But the longer it goes, and it's not an each, they're just going to mince around. And so we need to get at them. But I'll go for 3-0 for the Bears today.
Oh, I'm going to go with you then. I'll go for 3-0 as well. There you go. Keep up with.
I'm going to cut out. Can you opt to use back after the game?
We should be everything being equal for approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle. If Blue Star can manage to get up the stairs, that is.
Yeah, I'll be there. Now, all we're looking for, Ox, is the day is a definite 3 points. We need to beat them today first and foremost. We want the 3 points, big style.
Aye, but we're looking to continue this good form as well.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Keep it going.
Sorry, Ox, my signal's garbage here. I couldn't even hear what you were saying. Are you back on after the game?
Aye, mate. Approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle, mate. All right.
Right, brilliant. I'm going to shoot off. So
all right, enjoy the game, mate.
Lads. Right, see you later, boys.
All the best, guys.
Can I thank Pool, Dutchy, Cairo? Well, we've been for 4 parts of the UK for this show. Can I thank Blue Star and Old School Blue for doing the technicals in the background. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle. Come on, the Rangers.